pressure, elevated blood sugar, elevated dopamine, elevated testosterone, elevated, and then crashes testosterone, elevated cortisol, TSH dysfunction, libido. If you're rested, in the rest state, you have lower heart rate, lower or your blood pressure, lower blood sugars, lower cortisol, regulated dopamine, and shall we say a high libido. Because I don't know how you care for that. None of you are interested in the higher libido. Way too serious. Way too serious. Just not. High level libido. Now, here's the key. I have 4 brain types in here. If you are living in your brain type, then what happens is your body moves into this state. So you can do the colors. But if you're opposite that, the nervous system says, oh, all of this is now considered stress. And it's not congruent to the way that it's designed. If it's not congruent to the way that it's designed, your body says, oh, this creates havoc, this creates hardship. Here's the thing I want you to understand. Most people don't ever ask the questions to know who they are, to be able to do what it is they're designed to do. What we do is we get into work, we get into careers, we get into positions of work that we force ourselves into to learn skills, trades, and habits to create a revenue and an income. And we think that the solution to our life is going to be money, not inspiration. So a little while ago, Paul was asking, how do I get inspired? First, you got to know who you are. You can't be inspired if you don't know who you are. A guessing game. And so my work for the last 30 years has been unraveling. It's to the point of helping people decode who they are. And so if I look at my model, is decode, rewire, and then you embody it. So if you're decoding, you got to know your DNA, Jesus. DNA. Then we got to get to your values and your beliefs. This, if you're in a learner phase, this is a massive component because most people in the learner phase are stuck in employee mind. They're stuck in money issues. Issues and beliefs on self-worth. Selling, marketing. What is this? But as I write that, you're like, oh shit, that's me. How many people feel that they struggle with that? Put yours in the chat box. Only one of you? No. There we go.
Good, yes.
Okay.
You
Now,
don't
that's
like
important
that.
because you're probably doing something against your code. Okay? I'm saying that to you because if you're doing something against your code, it's going to become stressful, anxiety-ridden, painful for you to be able to elevate in that space.
I need to turn my camera on because he won't
Now,
see the old camera.
if you look at the Rewire piece and you look at, okay, say, let's go to the lifestyle phase. On the lifestyle phase, you now have to rewire management because you're not doing it alone anymore. You have to rewire people. You have to rewire growth. You have to rewire money
it's
management. You have to rewire your debt, because you're going to have more debt in your place now. And how to use debt as a calibrator. All these things come into play. How many people can look at now in the lifestyle phase and say, that's me? Put number 2 in the chat box if you think that's you. Ken says, yep.
Oh my God. Why did I post this snap and think that the music was, the audio was playing in the background and it wasn't? Oh, just look like a clown.
Paula says, yeah, okay, great. And then those of you, how many people are in the leaders? Put number 3, I didn't even ask. I don't think I asked. How many people are in the leadership phase where they're making 300 grand and above in their business?
Not yet, almost.
1. Okay, great. So, couple. Okay, great. So when you're in the leadership phase,
all right, I gotta hurry up. There's so many videos. Oh my God. And I posted them on Spotlight. What the
management, call it inspiration.
I can't let people see me looking like this crazy.
Rewiring control.
Oh my God.
You're rewiring people. You're rewiring your next level.
Hey.
Missions. Purpose. Impact. I tell you guys a very interesting story. Got you, Jackie.
Is this? Oh no, that ain't got you, Jackie. That's my
regular. I remember one of my friends. This is way back when.
I feel so silly. I'm making that video thinking.
That we saw, and when you got to like about 100 a week, it was about yourself. When you got to 200 a week, it was. I feel so silly. It was about serving the world that you're around. I've also seen the same pattern in the 3 phases of your business development. If you're not using what's currently your distress, that is your anxieties, things that are not in your proper code, and you're not integrating them to what you're designed to be, then what you're going to do is you're going to have level 1 problems. You're going to have the learner problems. Those learner problems are really about you. They're about the things that are in your head, about your beliefs, about your thoughts. And you're building from the impact of you. When you go to the level 2, this is the lifestyle phase. You, in essence, build enough for your family. You build enough for comfort, you build enough for the family, and you live a comfort lifestyle. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I hope you write this down. Comfort is the killer of your dreams and aspirations. How many people have heard the boiling frog story before? Right? Everyone has. Krista, you haven't? Alright, so I'll explain just for Krista so she understands it.
And I'm not
a boiling frog, you put a frog in a hot boiling pot of water at 212 degrees. If you have the frog in the pot, you start at 70 and you raise the temperature 1 degree at a time. By the time it gets to 212, it now goes to 213. It dies on its own. It doesn't even know that the temperature's up because it's surrounding itself and the environment around it to stay at that space. Does that make sense? Versus if you take a boiling frog, or you take a frog and you put it in a boiling pot of water at 200, it'll literally jump right out at that time. So what that means is that your current state of comfort is the level that you've been surrounding yourself with, the stories that you've been surrounding yourself, the beliefs you've been surrounding yourself with, the thoughts you've been surrounding yourself with, and they're keeping you directly at the boiling pot water you're living in now. How many people took that and were like, oh shit. It's true. We all do it. Great. Doesn't mean you have to keep doing it. Doesn't mean you have to stay there. How do you change that? How do you shift that? That's the question you got to ask yourself. How do we shift that? That's the second phase of this piece, is that you got to rewire these pieces, right? Knowing your DNA is one piece of the puzzle. But I'll tell you that if your doctor's not asking you these questions and you're going and they're simply giving you a pill, a potion, a lotion, they're not teaching you how to orchestrate your own operating system, the way that you are designed to function and optimize. Some of you are designed to be great at sales. Some of you are designed to be great at connection. Some of you are designed not to sell or connect, but to rather protect yourself. Some of you are great at creating communities for people. If you're not doing what it is you're designed to do and rewiring everything else you need to do in your business along the path to that, you create resistance and tension in your body. And that tension leads to illness. And as that tension leads to illness, you now create this stress in your body. That's when you start waking up at 4 a.m. How many people, I'm interested, can sleep through the night, other than using the bathroom, right? Sleep through the night, you go to bed at 9, 9:30, 10, wake up at 5 or 6, all through the night, and don't have a problem sleeping. Better question, how many people can't? Put yes in the chat box if you can't.
Oh, let me just leave that one alone. Because I can when it ain't for them noisy ass neighbors. Sorry. Sorry, neighbors.
Okay. If you put you can't, I'm telling you that one way or another, your body's in a state of stress and your cortisol levels are elevated. That means that you have inflammation that's elevated in your system. That inflammation is causing your body to wake up because it's always on. It's in stress mode. If your body stays in stress mode, it eventually burns out. Right now, we have a major epidemic in our country, in people,
I need to do this in the back.
and that epidemic is a simple fact that what we're doing is constantly putting massive amount of stress on our system, and the way we eat, the way we live, the way we think, the way we build business, the way we chase money, the way we've lost all meaning to our lives. And so what this does is it perpetuates a habit in the system that's always going to be in stress. I'm going to say something to you right now. Your health is 100% proportionate to the growth of your business.
Duh.
Because your health is your energy. How many people were here last month when I did the mitochondria?
Did I?
Couple, right? Your mitochondrial health is your energy state. So if you're not managing your energy state and the business is affecting the stress levels in your mitochondria, you're creating oxidation into the body, and you're not taking a redox product, or you're not taking something to assist with the oxidation that's taking onto your body, you are literally creating yourself more damage-free radicals in the body. You are aging and getting older. How many people have seen people, you look at them, you're like, you haven't seen someone in 5 years, and you're 5 years older too, but they look a hell of a lot older than 5 years. Anyone ever experienced that? Right? And I'll tell you why. It's because they were looking at stress. Presidents, I'm just going to leave that one alone, because I think it's just wise to just leave that one alone right now. No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Obama definitely aged in office. Obama definitely aged in office. You can see it, right? He definitely aged in office. So I'm saying this to you guys right now because if you're not living congruently to the path that you're designed, then what you're going to do is you're going to create resistance in selling, in marketing, in building business, creating income. All of those things play into a factor. So I know why you guys want to be in business, and let me explain something. Every business comes down to these three things: attraction, conversion,
Contraction, conversion, and what?
and this is from the customer perspective. This is not taking in the other perspective, which is payments, operations, and I'm just going to put tech. Tech inside of that. Because here's the equation in business that will make you more money. I guarantee it, I guarantee it, I guarantee it. Your lead flow equals cash flow.
Oh, definitely. The more leads you have, the more.
Based on the conversations we're having right now in this, what is this? You guys had a lead flow problem. Based on the conversation, if you're not doing over 300 grand in business, it's a lead flow issue.
Oh, sure.
Because if you're in the learner phase, your lead flow's off and your conversion's off. So therefore, fulfillment is secondary. If you're in the lifestyle, you can convert the people that are coming in and you can fulfill them. But you know what? Marketing and bringing people in, that's a challenge. If you're in the leader phase, you can attract, you can convert, and you can fulfill at that level. Now, there's more to this. There's another layer of this called scale. I don't want to get into that because no one in this call is really at that point to really have that discussion. How many people in the chat box? Now, here's what I want to do. I've got 30 minutes left with you here. Has this conversation and discussion been valuable? Yes, the chat box if you're glad you're here.
Say yes, he get mad.
So you guys are very, very, very quiet. It kind of scares me that you actually didn't get anything today. But I leave that to you. I want to actually take some people and work with you and say, what is your biggest obstacle? And maybe I can help identify some beliefs. Maybe I can help identify some gaps to help you navigate your business and see if I can help you get unstuck. Anyone interested in getting unstuck and seeing if they can do that? Would that be valuable for people?
Yes.
First come, first serve. Raise your hands. I got 30 minutes.
Oh my God, doctor. Even though my finances might not allow them.
Jackie, you're up.
Yes.
For me, I think it's comfort, Dr. T, is that, and the pain of growth is much more, I think about what goes into it now, because it's like giving birth the second time, you know what it's like to give birth. The first time you didn't know. So, I feel like, I think I'm very comfortable.
And it makes sense, right? But here's the thing that's going to happen. Is it's great to be comfortable and say, it's good, it's easy. I guarantee you drop down to the choose to. Because you're not staying in the game to inspire other people. And you're like, do I want to put the work in? Better question is, how do I put the work in? How do I leverage? Better question. How do I leverage to serve more people and I don't have to work as hard?
Right.
Oh my God, this is not the
You're
color
just
for
simply
my
going
eyebrows.
on the simple fact of what you've experienced in the past. And I'll tell everybody in this conversation right now, is how you built business in the past is not how you build business in the future. It just won't, right? You won't need all the people, the stress, the management, all that stuff. AI does a lot of it. AI is doing much of that work now. So if AI is taking care of a big brunt of that load off of your plate, then the question becomes, what is it you need to, what is it you're going to do that you can leverage to simplify and maybe not have to work as hard? But, and here's the big but, at the same time, you've got to focus on helping people.
Mm-hmm.
And I love helping people. I love helping my team. That's what I love to do.
Mm-hmm. Man,
I love teaching them and guiding them, and
How did
So,
I not
it's the
know
hunt.
this?
I think you think you like
This
that.
ain't even no contour.
What do I like?
Ew. I can't go
I
outside
think you
with
think
no
you like that
eyebrows
because that's what
on.
you're supposed to think.
And I do enjoy that.
I get it, but do you enjoy it to the
I
degree that
just
you want to go through the pain and bring more people into the conversation?
That's crap.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
has to be.
Yeah.
And does it have to be structured in a format where you're the one who's bringing more people into the conversation, or can other
I have
people
my sign.
do it? Can other people assist in that to be able to train more people? Right? What you really love doing is teaching.
Did I leave it in her car?
You love teaching, which is great. And so, how do you teach more?
Okay.
No, this is not good. But how far is
I have to think about that.
I know you do.
Target is down.
I know you do.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the question. Thank you.
Target?
Aaron.
I just love seeing Jackie smile. So that I do love. I met this. So over the last 6 months, I've gained some clients, and I'm also talking to people in the industry, and I'm just getting all of this different input. And I found myself a little bit sort of like, do I go this way? Do I go that way? Do I do this? Like, you even gave me another piece of input tonight when I put in my, target market, right? So I'm in that learner phase and not exactly sure how to sort the information that I'm getting in a way that feels aligned and authentic.
Target is 70
And you already know I'm a receiver by nature.
So can you give me more context?
Well, let me give you
I bet I'm gonna find
an example. Like, for instance,
Sorry, guys.
because of AI,
together.
a lot of people say, okay, you really need to niche. You gotta get your one person. You said some of this as well. You really need to niche. Then I have other experienced executive coaches saying, don't niche. They know you're an executive coach. You have the background experience. You've been an executive. You have that credibility. You niching enough. Like, just you're a coach to executives, which is kind of what you're saying. And so I'm like, okay, I niche. I don't niche. Like, so when I'm having my conversations with people right now, I've just focused them on being discovery, saying, hey, I'm now available as an executive coach, but I really want to understand, talking to old clients, how does, what is what worked for you? And I'm going out there in a discovery phase because I can't figure out which way to go. Is that helpful?
I'm sad. Hello?
When someone's going to hire you as a client,
Still in my meeting, but what's going on? What happened?
or you have a client, the more you have credibility to solve their problems,
Oh, good.
the more willing that they are
Hi,
to buy from you.
You're going to hydration.
So, if you were in the financial sector, right?
And med device as well.
Yeah.
So if you target those industries, you're going to be able to talk their language and understand their strategic problems that are causing them more challenges than maybe something, now you know about this, I'm not sure, of course you do, but maybe something in shipping or warehousing, that's not maybe your skill set. So if you talk to someone from UPS
Wow.
as a corporate, yeah, you can understand the corporate, but you don't understand their problems. that the
Oh,
company
good.
has to go through that they have to manage. Does that make sense?
I started to look and see if I left my
And
little
so-
makeup thing in there.
And every, corporate is
In
corporate
the
to
car?
a
No,
degree.
it's in the car.
Each company runs different, each sector has to run differently, and there's different sets of problems. So if you said, say,
My eyebrow.
finances
No,
and
it's just an
medtech,
eyebrow palette.
great, I know exactly what their problems are. Like if someone said to me, cool, I could go into medtech or finance, or I could go
Oh,
into
that's good. What
chiropractic,
are you guys about to do?
or I could go into network marketing and direct sales. Considering
y'all
I've
wanna
been
just
in all of
do-
those industries, I know their problems. I know where the gap lives. I know the
Oh,
bodies are
good.
buried. I know their problems even before they start talking about their problems.
Just randomly, or y'all winning some?
So I'm instantaneously going to be able to create better credibility. Could I learn enough about a new industry, new vertical? Yeah, but here's the problem that's going to happen. Everybody that's coming in now got a new client for a new thing. I got a whole new set of things.
Okay, well, win some money,
It
Jason.
takes more time. Now I don't feel certain.
Both of y'all.
But if Dr. Donna Renee says, here's my practice, yeah, okay, cool, you're going to do this, and bam, done, it's finished. I know exactly what to do without even thinking.
Yeah.
You would know the same thing in those two sectors versus glassware.
Yeah. Just, pick something. Yeah. Consumer products, goods, right? So,
Yeah, and there's so many companies. And
And
one of those companies is its own country.
Yeah.
And here's the thing I'll tell you,
definitely.
you
Y'all
only need
like
to break
good.
into one.
Y'all going with some positive
Yeah.
energy, positive.
yeah, well, I mean, I've broken into two, so there's more, so we've got two.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll go for more.
That's cool. I want
Those
some
two will
Mexican
refer
food.
more in those companies.
Yeah.
So what you do is,
But
I
okay,
didn't talk
good.
about
Have fun. Tell
business of data,
and
the DNA of
especially
business,
Donnie,
we
but
talk
tell
about marketing
them
strategies.
Donnie I said hello.
One of the things most people don't realize is that once you break into something, keep staying live warm. What we tend to do is we go back out. Let me go back into the winter. I want to go back. It's Chicago. It's cold. No, it's warm inside. Warm inside. Take care of the people who are inside. It's nice, but I like to go out into the winter. It's cold. We do silly things that instead of saying, "Hey, question for you: who in your organization do you think would be a good fit for the work that I do? And do you know me? I'd love to try and reach out to them, see if I can be of service."
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta have some eyebrows. I gotta have drinks downstairs at 6 o'clock.
And that's how you do it, right? In a corporate world, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to sit and say, "I'm going to sell you. I'm going to run to the back of the room right now." Like that's not how it's going to work,
No, it's not.
right? The higher the income, the higher, the more sophisticated the sale.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say to you that if you've already broken into two, ask them
I'm
that
really
question,
hungry.
Yeah.
and then work the leads that they're giving you. Stay warm. Stay warm. Rachel, I told her she wanted to do all these other things, and I said, stay in energy. Stay in energy.
Mm-hmm.
She's crushing in energy. She's speaking everywhere in energy. She's speaking I'm like, it's the problems you know how to solve.
Yeah.
And once you dial in that vertical so deeply, you can then say, hey, look, I'm bored with these guys. I want a new vertical. I want a new challenge. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Then you leverage that to a new vertical. But I hate the saying, but it's true. The riches are in the niches.
Yeah.
It's true. Because if you can solve that problem for them so specifically, they're willing to pay more. Remember I said they have to believe that your solution is the solution to their problem. They have to believe that have a belief that coaching is the solution. They have to have a belief that emotions and emotional regulation is essential for them to build that business. Or for them to perform better. If they have no belief of that,
Yeah.
that's not the right client.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why referrals are your best friends. Because referrals will sit and say, I can't believe what I did. Jackie will sit and say, Dr. T, over the last 5 years, here's where I was and here's where I am. It's because, I did the work, but he opened the door and opened my mind to think differently.
Yeah.
I've got to work with you. There's your built-in credibility and referral.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work for me, but you know what? Jackie really is raving about it. If it worked for Jackie, it should be able to work for me versus let me talk to someone cold at a networking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So it basically you're saying I'll say it's work the phones, right? I mean that's an old metaphor, but that's what I do is just gotta work the phones, call people up, and I have great credibility and great relationships, and just continue to do that. The second thing is I'm impatient because I want it now, and those things are like seeds that plant, and you gotta water them. They don't, they don't come in 1 or 2
Well,
months.
you know this in the corporate world, it is a long, slow sales cycle.
It is a long, slow sales process, so I have to remind myself of that so I don't go into distress versus eustress. Just keep one foot in front of another.
I'm not teaching you this right now, but that's how you have to build a sales pipeline. Where you
Yeah.
have
So is this like a mukbang?
But when they all start breaking. But the initial time is what's needed.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Yep. I don't know who was next. Was there Paula or no? What's Mel? Oh, no.
I think working through that with Jackie was helpful with what I'm, probably going to run up against. So my chiropractic lease ends next year, and I definitely started my practice from, I would say, out of alignment with my current design that I've tapped into with this work. And what's coming up is like there's so many different options I could go. Do I stay at the same place? Do I go to a new place? This week it was really interesting. I had 3 people reach out to me asking if I wanted to sell it, which was very interesting. So I guess my question revolves around, I've taken the DNA quiz twice and it's been resonator both times. And I think what I notice myself do is when I'm not feeling like I can bounce around to the different types, I almost, like the types get mad at each other. It's like my chaser gets mad at my receiver, and I'm just like, then I almost am in freeze, and I'm like, I don't even know what I fucking want. Like, I know there's things that I don't want in this next phase of practice. So I'm curious, my question is probably, how do you navigate that optionality when you're dissolving so many of these identities, and you're like, I know what I don't want in this next phase, but I'm like, I could go so many different directions.
You could, right? And I think that's, you said it, but I don't know that you've done it, the work on it as directly, the way of listening to it at least. It's my impression. But most people don't, we're in a similar phase. What do we do next? Where am I going next? What am I doing? All these options. I can go anywhere in the world. Think about it. And I asked David the same question. That I had to sit and say, okay, what don't I want? What's the one thing I know I don't want? Make that decision.
Got it.
And anchor in that. Because the only reason, believe it or not, that you're looking at all of these different options is to avoid the pain of the one that you're running away from.
Yeah.
And so when you decide that, okay, I know this is the biggest thing I don't want, cool. Make that decision, and then how do you eliminate what it is you don't want first? And then look at what is the next practical option. I promise you, if you really stop and do that, and be like, okay, I know for a fact I do not want this. Okay, cool. So how does that eliminate from all the potentials that you could want? How does that shift that? And you'll find that just by doing that, you will eliminate probably 40 to 50% of the options. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's the next layer. Okay, what else don't I want? Okay. Because, and I say this for these kids right now, I think it's crazy being someone who's graduating high school or college